Hello everyone. My name is Rajneesh Khare and welcome back to the UiPath AI Center series. In the previous video, we have successfully deployed the sentiment analysis skill. Now it is time to use the skill in UiPath Studio. So let's go ahead. Now in order to use MLSkill activities in UiPath Studio, you need to have certain packages installed. So first let's explore those packages. So go to manage packages, go to all packages and first search for ML services. Click on install. Now, with this package, you will be able to retrieve all of the ML skills which you have deployed in AI Center and also use the upload file activity which is included in this package through which you can upload data locally from your system to data sets which you have created in AI Center. Now, the next package which you need to manipulate the JSON response of your ML skill is Web API. So search for Web API, click on install. Now click on save. Now that our packages are installed, let's have a quick walkthrough of the use case. I have this Excel file where I have stored some product reviews which I have taken from an e-commerce website. Since we are using the sentiment analysis model, we will try to predict the sentiment of these reviews. So let's go back to UiPath Studio. What I'm doing is first I'm reading the reviews Excel file, then I'm storing that in a data table. After that, I am looping in that data table. Now, what we want to do is we want to grab each of these reviews, give them to the machine learning model and get the prediction and confidence out of it. So, how do we do that? Go to the activities panel and search for ML to see what activities the ML services package offers us. So, under ML and under services, we have ML skill and under storage, we have upload file. Let's see ML skill activity first. So, in the MLSkill activity, we have two connection mode options. One is the robot and another is the endpoint. So if we are choosing the endpoint option, we are required to paste the MLSkill URL and MLSkill API key. Let us see from where we can get this. So if you go to your MLSkill, click on the details page. So in the last video, we edited the skill and made it public. So now we have the URL and API key available. So we can copy the URL and API key from here and paste it in the properties of this activity. But since we are directly connected to the same tenant, we'll use the robot connection mode. Now, if we click on this drop down, we will see all of the skills which are deployed on this tenant. So right now we have only one skill, so we'll select it. Now, as I have selected the skill, this section is populated with the description of that skill and also with the test skill button. So let's see what this is. Now on this window, we can test the skill according to its required input and it will give us the JSON output. So let me test it with a review. Let's say I like this watch very much. And when I click on test skill, this will give me the JSON output. So you see it has given me the sentiment which is positive and the confidence score also which is 0.95 or it is 95% confident. So this looks pretty good. Now let's close it. Now what we need to do? We need to give it the item or the input and it will give us the JSON response. So let's place this activity inside our for each row in data table. Now what we need to give the input? The input will be the review column of this Excel file. So let's do that. So I'll say current row of review, convert it to string. Okay. And the output we'll store it in a variable. So we'll create a variable with the name JSON response. Okay. Now let us run our workflow up till this point and see the JSON response. So I'll click on debug. Step into. Now we'll analyze the JSON response in the immediate panel. So let's see. So you see JSON in the JSON response, we are getting the sentiment as positive and confidence as 0.9. But if you see the type of JSON response, it is a string. It is a system.string. So in that case, we'll not be able to fetch the sentiment value and the confidence value in a key value format. To do that, we'll have to convert this string into a JSON object type. For that purpose, we have downloaded the Web API package, and in that package, we have an activity called deserialized JSON. So search for that. Now in this activity, we are supposed to give a string, and in the output, it will give us an JSON object. So let's pass JSON response as an input and store the output in a variable. Let's give it name JSON object itself. Okay, now we will be able to retrieve the sentiment and confidence value in key value format. So let's store back those value in the Excel file. So I'll use a write cell activity, give it the workbook path, the sheet name, the cell will be cell B, and the cell index would be the our loopin index plus 2, and we'll convert this to string. So we have stored an index variable for our looping, and in the cell index I have given the value as b plus index plus 2, and I have converted to string. Now in the cell content, we'll use the output of this deserialized JSON activity, which is JSON object, and in the B column we have the prediction value. So the key which we want to call here is the sentiment key. Similarly, we'll store the confidence value as well. For that, we'll change the column from B to C and the key from sentiment to confidence. Okay, so let's review our input sheet once again. So in the A column, we have the reviews. Here we will store all the prediction, and in the C column, we will store the confidence value. Now let's run this workflow. The execution is completed. Now let's review the sheet once again. So we have got the prediction and confidence value from the machine learning skill for these reviews. And if you look at the data, the second one says very poor quality of sound, so the prediction is negative with a confidence of 0.83%. And for the first one, it says it is worth every penny, so the prediction is positive with 90% confidence. So the prediction is also correct. So this is how you would use your machine learning skill you have deployed on AI Center in your workflows. And for conversion of data from string to JSON object, you could use the deserialized JSON activity. Now we will see how we can use the upload file activity to upload any data locally from a system to the data sets which we have created on AI Center. Now let's drag the activity first. So go to activities and search for upload file. Now under ML and under storage, you have the upload file activity. Drag it to your canvas. Now here again, the connection mode option is same as the machine learning skill. You have two options. One is the robot and another is the endpoint. If you have made your dataset public, you can go for the endpoint. Otherwise, you can use the robot mode if you are connected to the same tenant. Now, if you scroll down the project drop down, it will give you all of the available projects which you have access to. We want to access the, let's say, access the sentiment analysis demo project. Now let's see if this project has any data sets. So this project has no data sets. So let's go back to AI Center. Let us create one data set here. So I'll click on create new, give it a name, let's say sample, and click on create. So right now the data set is created and it is empty. Let us upload one txt file from here. So if we refresh it now we have the sample data set. Now for the path into dataset property, if you have any subfolders in your dataset and you want to upload your file specifically in any subfolder, you can specify that path in this property. Next, we are required to give the path of the file which we want to upload. So in my project folder, I have created one data folder and there I have one sample.txt file. So let's upload this file. So I'll give its path and done. So the configuration for this activity is completed. Now let's run this activity and see whether the file is getting uploaded or not. Execution is completed. Now go back to our AI center. Let's refresh this and we have got the sample.txt file uploaded here. So in this video, we saw what packages are required to actually use MLSkill in our UiPath Studio. We saw how we can utilize the MLSkill with MLSkill activity and how we can use the upload file activity to upload documents into the datasets in AI Center. For more learnings on AI Center, stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you.